We are covering breaking news this morning here on Sunday Morning Futures. Nancy Pelosi is third in line for the presidency. Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Nancy Pelosi. Why isn't she in Washington right now? After 13 service member heroes gave their lives for Joe Biden's botched up plan to cut and run out of Afghanistan. Pelosi apparently refusing GOP leader Kevin McCarthy's demands to bring the House back in to review what went wrong in Afghanistan. The congressman joins me this morning from where he is in Washington, D.C. Congressman, it's good to see you. Thanks very much for coming back this morning because of this breaking news. We spoke over the weekend, and I know that you've been working the phones trying to get Americans out of Afghanistan. I'm going to get to Nancy Pelosi in a minute. Tell us about your efforts to get people out.
Maria, there are hundreds and could be thousands of Americans that are going to get left behind in Afghanistan. As Michael Waltz just told you saw Brian Mast, many of the members have been working, such as myself, trying to get Americans that we know that are our constituents, that are just outside the wall of the airport, to get them in, to get them on planes, to get them home, to get them to safety. The State Department has made a decision that the 31st is the deadline. They're allowing Taliban to dictate our foreign policy. And what has happened here, Maria, anytime you allow a partisan political decision designed for a photo op, it will lead to a fatal national security problem on the battlefield. And that is what transpired here based upon what Joe Biden as president has done. You bring a very good point about Bagram. Even at the end of the day they wanted to close that base, why would they close it before all the Americans were out? You housed more than 5,000 terrorists in a prison there. They have now been released. You left in the middle of the night without telling your allies. You left weaponry. Now the prisoners are out. ISIS-K. We're seeing the damage, what they're able to do in such a short time frame. We're watching Americans being left behind, but administration knowingly making that decision. There's no excuse why this deadline has not been extended. The Speaker has got to call us back in.
So you have demanded that Nancy Pelosi call Congress back in so that you can understand what went wrong. Have you heard back from the Speaker?
We have not heard back from the Speaker, only from her deputy chief, who tried to criticize us for asking that a co-equal branch of government could have a say. When we were called back, other nations called back. In the UK, they called their parliament back to work on getting their citizens home. When we were called back last week, it was only to pass about $5 trillion of spending. We had a short time to talk, and they cut the meeting off when we had our update. We should spend the time knowing how many Americans are still there, not setting an artificial deadline until the mission is done, that every American is out safely. Then you could shut it down. But to allow the Taliban to dictate our foreign policy, to allow the State Department to run this instead of the military, these are mistakes, but these are answers that we're going to have to hold people accountable for later, because people have lost their lives. To those 13 new Gold Star families, our hearts and prayers goes out to them.
Yes, we do. We have been cherishing them and honoring them all morning. You're absolutely right. I know that you were against closing Bagram a while back, and I think it's really important to show the proximity of this airbase relative to China, relative to the Uyghurs, where they're locked up in the Xinjiang region, and relative to where China is building up its nuclear facility. So I wonder if also Xi Jinping was among those pressuring Joe Biden to close down this airbase. I mean, whose decision was it, and what kind of consequences is this going to mean for America over the long term?
Those are the questions we're going to have to get answered as we go forward. I've had and directed our Republican leaders in the 3 different committees to send a letter to the White House to secure those documents. We want to know the answers. Because, 1, why would you close it down? 2, why would you close it ahead before all the Americans are out? Why would you, in that place, harm not just our Americans still sitting there with the terrorists, but future America and everywhere else? And strategically, when you're looking towards the future, when you're looking at the growth of China, the movement of Russia, Pakistan and others, why wouldn't we want to be able to have a situation awareness that we could be able to move planes out and others from that strategic point?
I want to ask you about where the investigations are in Washington, given this moment in time that we are in. You've sent the letter to the White House saying, make sure to save all documentation. Do not destroy any documents because you will be investigating this. Meanwhile, Nancy Pelosi is wanting to investigate you and anybody who was there on January 6th. Congressman, have you gotten any news in terms of what they want to see from you? Because it appears that while we should be investigating what went wrong in Afghanistan, they are, in fact, investigating Trump supporters.
Yeah, no, I've received nothing so far. There's only the talk that they want to do this. But think for one moment. Well, under Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats, they have taken the Intel Committee that are supposed to be the eyes and ears of looking around the world to keep America safe. It created Adam Schiff to have a political committee. They spent their time impeaching the president, now looking after Americans. They took the eye off the ball. We are a co-equal branch of government. Why didn't we know of what was happening on the ground in there? Why didn't Adam Schiff have those hearings? Devin Nunes had warned us and had told me many times before, and we'd raised this issue. And now at this moment in time, when they have an open border, when they have caught people on the terrorist watch list already in this year, that they have the chairman of the Homeland Security investigating members of Congress and the chairman of the Intel Committee, that's their focus instead of focusing on protecting all of America and the homeland. That's what they should be working on.
Okay, before you go, real quick, will you lead drawing up articles of impeachment? Will you look at the 25th Amendment? Senator Rick Scott tweeted out, it is time to look at the 25th Amendment now that we see all of these missteps from Joe Biden. What are your plans in terms of leadership as we are in this incredible moment of time? Rick Scott says President Biden's cabinet must put politics aside and act in the best interest of the American people. Biden's tragic and inexplicable failures in Afghanistan defy logic. It's time to consider the 25th Amendment. And you say?
I say my moment at this moment is getting every American out. When we get beyond that point, we're going to collect all the data, and we have a constitutional responsibility to hold people accountable, and we will take it wherever the facts bring that forward. If that's the case, we will move forward.
Can you say anything about your classified briefing on Afghanistan to share with us?
Those are classified briefings. One thing I will tell you is we should have the members of Congress back for another classified briefing before they bring our men and women out of there. They have Americans knowing that the State Department talked about 11,000 Americans there. They said they moved out 5,400. That means thousands of Americans are still there. We know from the State Department spokesman that there's thousands of ISIS-K people, terrorists, that have now left the prison in Bagram. We are less safe today than we were in the places, if you looked before 9/11, because now they have our weaponry. Taliban now has more Black Hawk helicopters than Australia. They have our drones and others. We need to focus on protecting America, and that's something that this administration is not doing, but putting more Americans that could be held hostage stuck in Afghanistan.
Congressman, we are going to be following your every move. Thanks very much for your leadership. We appreciate you joining me. Kevin McCarthy in Washington this morning.